today we have this huge population of people, over 10 million, who are in limbo. They've lived here for a long time, they work here, they fulfill important jobs. And by the end of like the 90s, instead of focusing on like mass deportation and trying to kick everyone out, there was actually some political appetite to give these people a pathway to be here legally, a recognition that we need them. Let's let them not live in the shadows anymore. George Bush was our guy on this.
Every immigrant, by embracing these ideals, makes our country more, not less, American.
George Bush was in the middle of sort of negotiating sort of a new comprehensive immigration reform that would have legalized a lot of the undocumented immigrants at the time.
It was looking very hopeful for these 10 plus million people in limbo, but then something happened.
A plane has crashed into one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
All of a sudden, it became impossible to talk about immigration without thinking about security issues.
It's now my privilege to sign the Homeland Security Act of 2002.
The 19 men who carried out 9/11 were in the United States legally. And so now there was a microscope on how the immigration system let this happen because it was so insecure. All of Bush's efforts towards make America more American, all of that took a massive U-turn.
And so there's this language of criminality that gets attached to immigration and especially undocumented immigration.
Congress creates this new department, it's Homeland Security. They get rid of this benign-sounding Immigration Naturalization Service, and in its place, Customs and Border Protection, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. The country was reeling after 9/11, and a more militarized, security-focused version of immigration, border protection, was one of the ways we felt more safe. So ICE is created after 9/11, and this is when we start to expand the use of detention centers, like immigration jails. Wait, but I thought ICE just deported people. If someone is found to be here illegally, unauthorized, why not just deport them? And the answer is the US Constitution. The Fifth Amendment, which says that every person here is entitled to due process of the law. Every person, not every citizen. Every person gets a trial. They get their day in court to represent themselves, and we got to abide by it. It's the rule of law here in the United States, though that's kind of being stress tested at the moment. Anyway, my point is that detention centers are, in many cases, where migrants awaiting their hearing and their trials are held. They're jails. Did you know that there's a difference between prisons and jails? Jails are just meant to hold people temporarily while they await some process. Prisons are meant to punish people with being convicted for a crime. Detention centers are kind of supposed to be like jails. They're supposed to be temporary and not a punishment.